Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. I am Jibrail Harshid Ibi Wang. So, one of the reporters of Managing Organizational Change and Innovation. So, our topic is the managing organizational change and innovation. So, what is managing organizational change and innovation? So, managing organizational change and innovation is the process of guiding an organization through intentional transformation by introducing new ideas, systems, technologies, or behaviors to improve performance and to adapt to a changing environment. So, for the key points, change is equivalent for adapting structure, processes, or culture to meet the new goals. So this means that when the organization wants to achieve something new, it is often needs to adjust how it operates. So this adjustment can happen in three main areas, which is the structure, processes, or and culture. So, the structure change. This means reorganizing people or departments to work better. So, for example, a company creates new digital team and hires a chief technology officer to focus on online growth. So, rather than using traditional way of selling products or traditional way of the customer for buying products, so they use online platforms uh, to to sell products. So this is considered as structure change. So second is the change in process. So means updating or improving how things are done. So for example, a company switches from using paper forms to a digital app for tracking inventory. So they transition them from hard copy to soft copy for the more convenient use or for innovation. So third one is the culture change. Means encouraging new ways of rethinking, of thinking or acting. So, for example, a company that used to reward only individual success starts rewarding teamwork and collaboration. So, second key points is the innovation. So, innovation introducing new ideas or methods to add a value. So, innovation is when a person or company organization come up with a new idea or a better way of doing something, and that idea makes things better, easier, faster, or more useful for people. So, the key parts is uh, introducing new ideas or methods. So, this means creating new like product, service, technology, and way of doing things. So the second key point is to add a value. So this means that the new idea is useful, it solves a problem, improves something, save time or money, or makes life better in some way. So simple examples. So let's say smartphone. In simple example from products. Let's say smartphone. So smartphone was considered an innovation since they are combined phone, camera and internet in one device. So uh, smartphone is considered an innovation. So from the new methods, so a restaurant using a mobile app so customer can order ahead, save time and improving service. So they innovate a new method, for example, Grab. So they made an innovation through digital app, so the people can buy specific meal rather than specific meal through online rather than going in the physical store. So for new idea, so for example, A school uses game-based learning to help students stay more engaged and understand better. So, example application of game-based learning. So, Minecraft Education Edition. So, it is a special version of a game designed for schools and organizations to inspire learning through play. It provides educators with tools, curriculum, aligned lesson plans, and features collaboration, coding, and assessment to teach a wide range of subjects like STEM, history, and digital citizenship in an engaging game-based environment. So next, uh, plan change and why they are needed. So plan change refers to a deliberate intentional effort by an organization to improve or adapt in response to internal or external challenges. So, uh, plan change is a purposeful, proactive process that initiated by an organization to address specific goals, to improve performance or respond to unanticipated challenges or opportunities. So, unlike reactive or unplanned change, uh, which occurs in response to a sudden or unexpected events. Plan change involve strategic planning, clear objectives, and often structured change management approach. So, plan change may focus on enhancing organizational efficiency, adapting new technology, restructuring departments, changing company culture, and entering new markets. So it is typically involves several phases such as diagnosing a problem or opportunity, designing a change strategy, implementing the change, and evaluating the outcomes. So consider example of a plan change. Let's say digital transformation in a retail company. So a large retail chain, let's call it Shopmart, is experiencing slower sales growth due to increased competition from online retailers. So after assessment, the market trends, the company decides to undertake a plan change, which is a digital transformation strategy. So the steps that they are taking is first, so the diagnosis. So leadership, the leadership or the owner identifies the declining foot traffic and outdated point of sale system as the key issues. So they notice from the diagnosis that declining foot traffic or the physical entering business is considered as outdated. So uh, that is one of the reason why they transform the strategy into digital. So the second step is the planning. So they develop a change plan uh, to launch an e-commerce platform, to integrate digital payment system in stores, so train employees on a new technologies. So third step is the implementation. So IT team builds a e-commerce site or digital platforms. Staff receive training. Staff receive trainings. Marketing launches a campaign promoting the new online store. So third is the evaluation. So for example, after 6 months, the company reviews sales data and customer feedback measured to success. So they considered the transitioning from physical store to uh, digital approach. So they measured it as a success where online sales increased 35% and customer satisfaction improves. So this example considered a plan change because it was initiated intentionally. So they notice a problem, so they make an uh, they make a change through their diagnosis that uh, traditional making sales or making a business approach is considered outdated since we're living in a new technology uh, era where mobile app is more convenient than going into physical store. So you can bought something from online rather than going to the shop physically. So second, it is considered plan chain because it followed a strategic process. So they make a steps. They take a steps which considered it a plan change. So first they gather diagnosis, they execute planning, so implementation, and then they come up with an evaluation. So it is considered a strategic process. So third is the it address external competition on and an environmental pressure. Next, uh, why it is needed. So why plan change is needed? So for a business, it is to stay competitive in a changing markets, to adapt a new technologies, to improve efficiency or productivity, and to address internal issues like low morale, poor performance, and last is to align with the new goals or strategy. Next.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Armia Di Malenda, and I will discuss the types of plan change. But first, plan change is organized effort by an organization to introduce new strategies, structure, processes, or technologies to improve performance, address the challenges, and drive innovation. In managing organizational change and innovation, there are three types of plan change, and these are structural, technological, and the people. The first one is the structural change. It refers to modification in the design and the framework of organization. It includes the job design or redefining rules and responsibilities of employees. The authority distribution or deciding who has the power to make decisions. The reporting relationship, changing lines of reporting and supervision. Coordination mechanism, making sure departments are works well together. So these types of change ensures the proper alignment between organizational structure and the strategic goals. Next is technological change. It's about upgrading and improving the tools and system we use. Examples include information technology like new software or digital system, equipment or upgrading machines and facilities, the work processes and sequences or improving how tasks are done, control system, strengthening monitoring and evaluations. This type of change helps the organization stay modern, efficient, and competitive. The third type is changing people, which focuses on employees. This involves improving abilities and skills through training, performance to increase the productivity, perception and attitude to build a positive outlook toward change, and also the values so they align with the organization. People change is important because even the best structure and technology will not work if the people are not ready to adapt. Of course, change is not easy. Some common challenges are: first, the structural challenges, employee resistant to new rules or reporting lines. Second is technology challenges, lack of skills and fear of new systems. The third is the people challenges, resistance to altering habits or lack of motivation. Solution to these challenges includes clear communication for structural issues, proper training and support for technological change, and motivation with employees' involvement to address people-related challenges. So despite the challenges, plant change is very important because it provides clear direction, reduces resistance, promotes innovation, minimizes risk, and ensure the long-term growth. So plant change is whether structural, technological, or people-related. It's necessary for organization to improve, innovate, and grow. Change may be difficult at first, but if it is managed, it becomes opportunity for success. Thank you.
So good evening, everyone. I am Byro Hannah Haron. So my report is about changing process as part of the managing organizational change and innovation. So this process has 7 steps that guide organization in handling change effectively. So first step is the recognition of the need for change. So this is when the organization realizes something is not working or needs improvement. So for example, a government office notices that it takes 2 weeks to process documents and people are unhappy about the delays. So step 2, establishment of goals for the change. So once the problem is clear, the organization set goals to solve it. In our example, the office aims to reduce the processing time from 2 weeks down to just 5 working days. So step 3, diagnosis of relevant variables. Next, they analyze the cause of the problem. What's slowing things down? So they find out that too much paperwork, manual signatures, and the lack of tracking system are the main issues. So step 4, selection of appropriate change technique. So after finding the cause, they choose the best solution. In this case, the office decides to adopt a digital document management system to make the process faster and more efficient. Step 5, planning for implementation of the change. So before acting, a detailed plan is made. So this includes the timeline, resources, and training for employees. And then step 6, actual implementation. So this is where the change really happens. So the office start using the new digital system while gradually phasing out the manual way of processing. And then step 7, evaluation and follow-up. So finally, the organization checks if the change is successful and make adjustment if needed. So after 3 months, the office sees the processing time is now down to 6 days. So they review the system, gather feedback, and make improvements to reach the 5 days target. So to sum up, the change process has 7 steps. Recognize the need, set goals, diagnose problem, choose a solution, plan, implement, and evaluate. So following this step makes change more organized and effective. So change may be challenging, but when managed properly, it leads to growth and better service. So now that we have discussed the steps in managing organizational change, let's connect this with the innovation. So innovation is the process of introducing new ideas, methods, products, or services to improve performance and create value. In the context of managing organizational change, innovation plays a key role because it allows organizations to adapt to challenges, respond to opportunities, and stay competitive. So, while change is about adapting to new situations, innovation is about creating something new that benefits the organization. So, for example, when a company or when an office shift from manual processes to digital systems, that is not only change but also innovation because it improves efficiency and deliver better results. So, this is why managing organizational change and innovation always go together. Change prepares the organization to move forward, while innovation ensures that progress actually creates value. So, to manage change and innovation, we follow 10 important steps. First, we establish a clear vision so everyone understands the purpose. Second, we gain leadership support because leaders must serve as role models. Third, we communicate effectively to keep people informed and reduce uncertainty. Fourth, we involve employees so they feel ownership of the change. Fifth, we address the human side by listening and providing support. Six, we develop a roadmap with clear timelines and responsibilities. Seven, we manage resistance by understanding concerns. Eight, we implement gradually to avoid overwhelming people. 9, we foster an innovation culture by encouraging creativity and rewarding new ideas. And 10th, we review and reinforce the change to make sure it lasts. So together, these steps make change and innovation successful and sustainable.